If your salary doubles, does your life actually improve, or do your expenses quietly rise to match it? There's something most people don't notice until it's too late. A lot of salaried people start earning more every year. Promotions, increments, better jobs. But somehow, they still feel stuck. No real progress, no real control. Just a slightly better lifestyle, with slightly bigger pressure. So maybe the problem is not low income. Maybe the problem is a pattern. A pattern that makes people look rich without ever becoming rich. Let's take a simple example. Aman starts his first job with a salary of $35,000. At that stage, life is basic. Shared flat, public transport, careful spending. His monthly breakdown looks like this. Rs 10,000 rent, Rs 8,000 food and essentials, Rs 5,000 personal expenses, Rs 5,000 savings, not perfect but stable. Now fast forward 4 years. Aman is doing well. His salary is now Rs 90,000. This is where life should start getting easier. But something else happens. He moves to a better apartment. Rent becomes Rs 22,000. He buys a bike on EMI, Rs 6,000 per month. Upgrades his phone, Rs 3,100 EMI. Weekends, subscriptions, food delivery, Rs 20,000 plus. Now his structure looks like this. Rs 2,000 rent, Rs 15,000 lifestyle, Rs 9,000 EMIs, Rs 20,000 general expenses. And what's left? Almost the same savings, sometimes even less. So income became more than double. But financial position, almost the same. Only the lifestyle changed. This is where most people misunderstand what's happening. They think they are upgrading their life, but in reality, they are upgrading their commitments. There is a silent shift. Instead of income minus expenses equals savings, life becomes income minus lifestyle equals whatever is left, which means your lifestyle becomes fixed and your savings become optional. And once something becomes part of your lifestyle, it's very hard to remove it. Let's look at this with simple numbers. Person A earns Rs 50,000, spends Rs 35,000, saves Rs 15,000. Person B earns Rs 120,000, spends Rs 105,000, saves Rs 15,000. From the outside, person B looks more successful. Better house, better phone, better life. But financially, both are building the same wealth. The difference is, person B needs Rs 105,000 every month just to maintain life, which means more pressure, less flexibility, more dependence on the next salary. So higher income didn't create freedom. It created a more expensive version of the same life. Now the important question, why do people do this? 2 reasons. First, social comparison. As income increases, your environment changes. Earlier, basic things felt normal. Now better things feel standard. You're not trying to show off. You're just trying to keep up. And slowly, your normal becomes expensive. Second, lifestyle normalization. The first upgrade feels like a reward. The second feels like comfort. The third becomes a necessity. And once something becomes a necessity, you stop questioning it. That's how temporary upgrades become permanent costs. This doesn't feel like a problem in the short term. Everything looks fine. Bills are paid. Life looks good. But over time, savings grow slowly. Investments get delayed. Emergency funds stay weak. And the biggest problem, you lose flexibility. You can't easily leave a job. You can't take a break. You can't take risks. Because your lifestyle now depends on your current income. And that's the real trap. Not the money you spend, but the freedom you lose. Now here's the shift. The goal is not to avoid upgrades completely. The goal is to control them. People who actually build wealth don't upgrade their life. Every time income increases, they create a gap between income and lifestyle. Instead of asking, what can I afford now? They ask, what should I not upgrade yet? They fix a part of their income for saving or investing first, and then adjust their lifestyle around what's left. That gap slowly becomes stability. And once you start seeing this pattern, you begin to notice it everywhere. You notice how every small upgrade quietly adds a fixed cost. A slightly better apartment, a slightly better phone, a slightly better lifestyle. Individually, they don't feel like much, but together, they start defining your monthly survival number. And that number keeps increasing. Without you realizing it, at some point life stops feeling flexible. It starts feeling managed. Every decision starts getting filtered through one question. Can I afford to maintain my current lifestyle? Not what do I actually want. Not what would be better long term. Just, can I sustain this? And that's a very different way of living. Because when your cost of living becomes too high, your choices become smaller. You stay longer in situations you've outgrown. You delay decisions that could improve your life. You avoid risks, even the reasonable ones. Not because you lack ability, but because your lifestyle has reduced your margin for error. This is why two people with the same income can have completely different lives. One feels stable, the other feels constantly under pressure. The difference is not intelligence. It's not luck. It's how much of their income is already committed. Think about it like this. If your life requires $90,000 every month, then your freedom starts only after $90,000. Everything below that is just maintenance. But if your life requires $40,000, then your freedom starts much earlier. You have space, you have options, you have time. And this is where the real shift happens. You stop treating every increase in income as permission to expand your life. And you start treating it as a chance to reduce pressure, to create breathing room, to build distance between what you earn and what you need. Because wealth, in its simplest form, is not about how big your lifestyle looks. It's about how little your life depends on your next paycheck. This is why some people, even with average salaries, slowly become financially strong, not because they earn more, but because they protect that gap. That invisible gap between income and lifestyle. They don't rush to fill it. They let it grow. And over time, that gap turns into savings. Savings turn into investments. Investments turn into options. And options turn into freedom. So the next time your income increases, the question is not, what can I upgrade? The better question is, what can I keep the same? Just a little longer? Because that delay, that small pause before upgrading, is where most of the long-term difference is created. It doesn't look impressive. It doesn't feel exciting. But it quietly changes your trajectory, from looking rich to actually becoming financially secure. And when that happens, your relationship with money starts to change. You stop using money to prove something, and you start using money to protect something. You notice that not every upgrade actually improves your life. Some just increase your expectations. Some just increase your monthly pressure. And some only exist to maintain an image. So you begin to question things more calmly, not from a place of restriction, but from a place of clarity. Do I really need this? Or am I just used to the idea of it? Is this making my life easier? Or just more expensive? And slowly, you start separating comfort from dependency, because comfort is fine. But dependency is where the risk is. A comfortable life gives you ease. A dependent life takes away your options. This is why some people with very simple lifestyles feel surprisingly in control, and others with much better lifestyles feel constantly stretched. It's not about how much they have. It's about how much they need to keep everything running. And once you see this clearly, you stop admiring everything that looks expensive. You start respecting things that look stable. A person with fewer expenses, but consistent savings, starts looking stronger than someone with a high-income, high-expense life. Because strength in money is not about how fast you can grow. It's about how well you can sustain. And sustainability is built quietly, through decisions that don't look impressive, through upgrades you choose to delay, through expenses you choose not to normalize. Over time, these small decisions create a different kind of life. A life where income is important, but not everything. A life where expenses are controlled, but not restrictive. A life where you don't feel forced to keep running just to stay in place. And that's when money stops feeling tight. Not because you suddenly earn a lot more, but because your life requires a little less. It's a subtle shift, but it changes everything. Because at the end, financial progress is not just about reaching a higher number. It's about reducing how much pressure your life puts on that number. And when that pressure goes down, even normal income starts to feel enough. Not because you settled, but because you finally built it in a way that works.